cracking.
Cool.
Lovely.
Obviously, when you come in, we'll put in spots on over.
Okay,
Yeah.
mate. Thank you very much. Cheers.
So it's Luke, innit? Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Cool. I'm Ben.
Ben.
Nice to meet you, mate.
And yourself.
How you
brother.
doing?
Very well.
Oh, mate, you honestly, like, that story of yours in there really got me.
Thank you.
If you're happy to, I'd love to discuss further about, like, the mental health side of things.
Absolutely.
And you said about you lost a really close friend of yours.
Yeah.
So for myself, last year, I actually lost my brother-in-law
Sorry to hear that, brother.
to suicide. Put himself in front of a train. Not the nicest of stuff, but I feel like, I mean, I don't know about yourself, but do you find you revisit them sort of times?
I think I'm very big on sitting with emotion. So, God, you triggered me here, lad, already.
Sorry,
although
mate.
losing a friend was one of the most challenging things I've probably ever been through in my life, just because of how close he was to me on a personal level, as I appreciate yourself with your brother-in-law. I'm very big on sitting with emotion. Ever since I sort of cleared my own depression and let go of alcohol, drink, drugs and all the rest of it that was suppressing me since coming into the light, I'm very big on sitting with emotion and feeling the feelings. So although I still get choked up about it today and I still feel it today, I'm very much at peace with the situation, and I believe he's guiding us and around all the time. I constantly have his initials following me everywhere I go. SP is in everything, everywhere I go, it's always there. But I'm very big on just sitting with emotion and just feeling it and never running from it, and always talking about it, and always finding people close to you that you can trust and confide in and have similar experiences.
Yeah.
So it's relatable.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
and really, like the saying goes, get it off your chest. It's just so important to just speak about your feelings, speak about your emotions, especially men in particular. So when you say do I still revisit it, it pops up. Sean's in my mind all the time, and I don't just say that as a cliche thing, that's solid facts. Like, he's always in my mind, but I'm very much at peace with the situation. I'll never understand the situation, but I'm at peace with it, and I just try and feel those feelings as much as I can, and I'm a big believer of self-healing and healing yourself, especially because I ran from myself for so many years. I'm very much a big believer of sitting in that emotion now, feeling it and releasing it in the most healthiest ways possible. Good communication, going to the gym and just really sort of, sitting with it. You're never going to understand it. It will never make sense. But I'm a firm believer of you've got the power, I've got the power to heal ourselves and to find that contentment again. And that comes from just sitting with it in the space, in the silence, and really feeling it, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because do you find as well, like with the mental health side of things that you've struggled through? Obviously, we've both listened to each other's stories, and we've decided that actually the mental health, the battle with mental health is phenomenal, and we don't talk about it enough. As men, we're big, brave men. We want to hide it away. We was both talking about boxing earlier. We both love our boxing, and that for me, that's my escape. That's my get out of. I'm a get out of jail free card as such. Like jumping in the boxing ring, training. I mean, do you enjoy the training side of things as well? Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I think as you get older, I think we all have to have escapes from whatever it is in life, whether it be business challenges, whether it be challenges, on a personal level, whether it be things at home, whether it be financial. We're always going to have challenges no matter what we face in life. I think that's part and parcel. But I think when you come and talk about escapism, I think that it's about, as you get older, adapting to where there's actually a return of investment. Yeah. So when it comes to my past, I would very much, those inner wounds that I hadn't yet healed by not meeting my father, it was very much that I would run from myself and escape into all the wrong things. Yeah. I would escape into alcohol, I'd escape into drinking, I'd escape, which would lead to drugs, which would lead to bad decision making, bad habits, surrounding myself with bad people, and take you away from that connection with yourself. So I was escaping in all the wrong ways. So I still have challenges to this day. I'm never going to do a hot shy from that. We'll always have challenges, and I think it's just about how you overcome them. Learning to grow through them, again sitting in the emotion and then dealing with it in a healthy manner. So like you've just said there about your boxing, fantastic, that's your way of releasing. It's like a tyre, isn't it? I think a tyre pressure, you've got to let that valve explode sometimes. Now I used to explode in all the wrong ways, going in all the wrong directions, whereas now I let off exactly like yourself, go and do a few rounds on the bag, get out on the bike, do a run, writing is, I think when you write, it's almost like writing for me personally is when I put things on paper, it's then like it's like a yin and yang. It's like then teaching back to me. So it's like you're understanding your own perspective, but then it's teaching back. So I think going back to what you said in terms of escapism, I think that is very much still a thing. It's just choosing the right ways to have your downtime and embracing solitude as well.
The right sort of blowouts.
Absolutely, mate.
You know,
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah.
Everyone needs a blowout now and again, don't they?
Absolutely,
so,
mate. You do. You can't just let go of everything and then be left with all that time and space and being like, right, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with that then?
Yeah.
You've got to find them other healthy alternative options that you know that there's that return of investment there, but also that's giving something back to you as well, making you feel good. I just follow anything that makes me feel like, whoa, you know what I mean? And when I've got that feeling, that sort of confirmation for me that I'm making the right choices, and anything that takes me away from that, I'll try and have very strong boundaries with it, mate.
Yeah, no, cool. I mean, it looks like you're doing so well as well. Like, absolutely smashing it, mate.
Yeah.
Like, from the places that you've been, and fucking dark's a dark, you know, like, it's not easy, is it?
Nah, definitely
and
not.
I mean, I say to anyone out there, like, if you're struggling and you've got to speak out. It's not,
absolutely.
you know, like I've lost loved ones. I've every day now I'll talk to anyone that's battling through anything.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to sit down and say, listen, talk to me.
Yeah.
You know, let's do this. Let's talk about it. Let's heal together. You know, I mean, and obviously, like, that sort of stuff is where you want to head.
Yeah.
You know, you want to guide people and everything like that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just knowing that I'm never going to forget who I was. I'm never going to forget the feelings that I felt. I'm never going to forget those situations that I put myself in or got myself into. Do you know what I mean? I take full accountability for my actions. I was also a big part of the problem.
Yeah.
In terms of my decision making and the environments I was putting myself in and stuff. But yeah, I'm very big on that. I want to help as many people as I can. I want to use my voice. I believe I can. I've got a message. I've got life experience, and I just want to use my voice to try and navigate other young men or women or whoever it is that are interested in hearing what I've got to say, navigating them to a better way. Because, like yourself, you've just explained, and my story as well, that there is always light after the dark, and people need to understand that. And that's why I mentioned back then about my friend that isn't with us anymore. I've got the messages on my phone saying, thank you so much, brother, for showing me that no matter how tough life gets, there's always a way out. Now, I feel privileged, I feel lucky, I feel grateful that I managed to come through that, and one of my best friends didn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if I can dedicate my life to anything, it's using my past pain as purpose to now try and guide, influence and coach other young men to make the same lifestyle choices that I've made, because it works. And it doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't. It's a process. You've got to know. You've got to sit down with yourself and really look inwards and think, okay, then what am I not? Because once you start to write on a list of who you don't want to be, then slowly but surely you'll find, okay, this is who I want to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to try and guide people to finding that inner fire, those passions, but also understanding that with the right choices, the right lifestyle, things do get better, and there is a way out. And I think more people should speak out about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there, mate.
What would you say is the toughest challenge that you think you've overcome on a personal level, going back to your own struggles, but then also coming to where you are now as the professional, looking to build the business even further?
I mean, like, for me, my biggest, like, struggles, like you say, is when you hit dark places and you can't see the light. Yeah. You say to yourself, what is the point? Why am I here?
Yeah.
And I have to, in a sense, like we were saying about healing and escapism and everything like that, for myself, obviously, I sometimes I have to relive the past moments, or not necessarily relive the past moments, but more the memory and where I was to be able to let go and move forward. Yeah. Because I know no matter what challenge is sent my way, it will never be as bad as the challenge I've already faced.
Oh, mate, love that, absolutely.
So I know full well that no matter what, whatever's going to come my way,
Yeah.
I've already battered it.
Yeah.
I've
no,
already
love it.
destroyed
Yeah,
it.
love it, mate.
And do you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
You ain't stopping me.
love
You know,
it,
you are not stopping me. I am a ball in a fucking china shop,
mate.
and I am going head
Ball in a
first.
china shop, what's your star sign? When's your birthday?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Taurus, I am. So that's,
Oh,
that's what I always
yeah.
get called, ball in the china shop.
Ball in a
mate.
china shop,
But
mate.
that's
Yeah.
bulletproof, that's resilience, that is.
Yeah.
Mate. Bulletproof mindset and overcoming those challenges is what's giving you that.
Yeah.
So you'd have to look back, and a beautiful thing that you just mentioned there about looking back and revisiting those memories. I think that a key part to take away with that is just making peace with the past and understanding that you're not your past, you're not your pain, you're not your trauma, you're not your mistakes, you're not the things that you've done wrong. You're more than that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And making peace with the past, but then also having that downtime to self-reflect and look at the bigger picture as to everything that you are grateful for. And when you start to, if you fall into a trap of always wanting more or always wanting to be a certain way or be a crowd pleaser or to impress this and this, you're just sacrificing yourself massively. And I think going back to what you said there is gratitude, mate. That's what it comes down to. There's all, my missus showed me a post the other day, and it was when I come back from work and I was having a shit day, and she showed me this post, and it was something like 2% of the population are actually homeless. And like, if you've got a roof over your head, you're so lucky. Like, and just little things like that, just to be grateful of your life, your health, your family, your friends, the people you've got around you, and to just be able to continue to overcome these challenges, like you've said, mate, and just embrace it with a positive outlook and not the victim mentality, which is what you've built. You've built up that, okay, stuff happens in life naturally, but how do we overcome that and how do we move forward with it without letting it get on top of you? And so fair play to you, do you know what I mean?
Like definitely, sorry, just a quick one, so we're running out of time.
No,
but
definitely,
one of the things I would like to pick up on.
We should do this again. We should sit down and actually, I'll get your number after this and we'll do a proper one, mate, if you fancy it.
Definitely, 100%,
we're
mate.
definitely relatable, like with what you've experienced with your brother-in-law and all the rest of it. And obviously we could talk business chat,
I'll talk
live,
anything,
all
mate.
sorts, mate. Boxing as well.
Speak for England, mate. But just quickly, what I was going to pick up on is like you were saying about gratitude and like 2% of the population are homeless, and what I think one of the biggest things for me when I talk to people, they say to me, oh I want to have a nice car, or I want to have loads of money, or I want to be able to go and do this, go and do that, and actually, like for myself, what do I want in life? What do I want? Healthy kids, which they are. I want a roof over the head, and I want what's best. I literally want to be healthy, happy, job done. I couldn't care less whether I got £1 in the bank or £1 million in the bank.
Mate, shut up. That's exactly what I say to my missus all the fucking time. Exactly what you've just said there. I say to everyone, honestly, ask my missus, ask anybody at home, any of my friends. All I ever say to people is, I don't give a fuck if you've got £1 in the bank or $1 million. As long as you've got a good heart and your values are good and you give off good energy and you're respectful, you're non-judgmental, that's enough. That is enough. All the materialistic items, the cars, the watches, the houses, chasing this, that, and the other. I think it is like, when does it become an end? There's no end to that. So like, if you're not fulfilled or feeling grateful for what you've got now, stop chasing things because those things are so temporary. Like, they're so temporary. Those feelings are so temporary. You have to find inner fulfillment and something that's you're deeply passionate about. So with where I can relate to you there is, I always say, like, all I ever want, my biggest dream is to have a family and to have a young boy and daughters as well, but to have a young boy and to be able to be the father and the role model and the person that I once needed in life. So I hope that the world, the universe, whatever people want to call it, I hope that that comes full circle and I get my opportunity to father my boy how I wish I had experienced.
They're a different breed, mate. They are boys, little boys. Honestly, I got 2 girls, and my boy, he's 6, and he is something else, mate.
Amazing, mate.
He
boxing,
mate. Honestly, like, and my daughters absolutely love all that stuff as well. But like you say though, there's a difference. Like when you say about fathering a little boy and raising, like my father was around, growing up. But he wasn't. He was around, but he wasn't there. And I have to remember, like, the first thing I said when I had my eldest daughter, she's nearly 16, the first thing I ever said was, when I grow up, when I raise her, she's going to have a father figure in her life, and
Presence,
I'm going to be there. And don't get me wrong, for the first six years, I chased a pound note.
Yeah.
I chased it. I was working 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And it took me to realise that actually,
Yeah.
when my youngest was born, it took me to realise that it's not, life ain't all about that.
It's not at all, mate.
Stop chasing the fucking pound note.
Yeah.
Stop chasing the pound note. Stop chasing the materialistic things.
A lot of people want validation from others, mate. A lot of people want to be accepted because they haven't accepted themselves, and they think that shiny objects will give them that level of respect or credibility that they're looking for. Whereas really, I believe that comes from within. That's a conversation with yourself. If you're a good person with a pure heart and you're doing good things and you generally care about people's well-being and you're giving back to charity, as I've done for years, or you're doing little things for the community. I've just sponsored Lichfield City Football Club. You know, all these other things. That's what makes you feel good. You're having an impact on other people's lives. Yeah. There's a lad that works with us that I pulled out of a warehouse 3 years ago, and he couldn't even write an email when he first started with us, whereas now he's like knocking on 10k months with us within the company. Now he couldn't even write an email, he couldn't do anything. So many people doubted him, slated him, writ him off, but I seen something in him. I seen a little bit of a reflection of myself, someone that needed coaching, nurturing, and that's what really fulfills you. It's having an impact. It's using your pain, if you like, or using your experience and whatever, and turning that into fuel, turning that into something positive that then is relatable to others, that resonates with others, and other people gain something from it as well. And you know, like what you're saying there, with giving back to your son, that for me personally would be a dream come true. I used to want the houses, the cars, the this, that and the other, and then once I become complete within myself, and once I really truly knew the value of having a peace of mind, that's the only thing that is the only thing that you own, but also it's the only thing that's actually important. And sometimes having a business takes that peace of mind away. So it's like, how much of yourself do you want to sacrifice to gain those things? Yeah. Are you prepared to potentially lose yourself to gain those things, or are you just happy to settle with not less, but just
enough?
Get by. What you got. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I used to want to be a millionaire and want to do this, that, and the other. Whereas now I'm like, I couldn't care less.
No.
I just want to do what makes me happy and be at peace. And that's the only thing I'll ever want to protect is my peace of mind. Yeah. And the people around me that I care about, mate. So.
Cool. Well.
Yeah, it's exciting times, mate. Really, but fair play to you, mate.
And yourself. I look forward to following your journey. Yeah, I honestly do. I look forward to following your journey.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. God bless, brother.
And you,
Thank you, mate.
Take care.
Thank you. Mate, that was unreal. We should actually, mate, we should sit down properly, because I feel like me and you could have an unreal conversation. What? I could talk. No, and me, bro, but that's like tip of the iceberg stuff there, mate. Honestly, we should do something, man. Yeah. What? Are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
Let's just get a quick photo.